Do you know the value of Zeranium on the open market? This is quite the whodunit.
Welcome. Body found. Rapper Ravenger.
Exploding thing? A mine?
Can't remember. Just digging now.
Okay. If you find one, you tell me. They explode. The overhead rocks come down. Kill us dead. And if we dead, then can't scrap. Nothing, I guess.
What time it is? It's hammer time. No. What are you doing? I'm doing okay, thanks. Have a nice Christmas. Time it is, it's hammer time again. I think it's brandy. You guys are toughies.
Someone crosses me, I cross them off. I have a full go today.
I knocked his feet off. How it goes sometimes, you lose your feet.
Feeling I might tangle-footed. Better sit down before I fall down.
That's probably all of them. Be a rough way to go, I guess. Got a bunch of crap out of it. Yes, you missed hammer time. See, I'm carrying a big hammer. Guys are no longer around. Got hammer time. Good mine here somewhere. Did you hear that? Get an eye for an eye. Followed for 5 years and 188 days. Epic Sabo was here yesterday. No, day before yesterday? I don't know. February last stream. And he was around 5 years something too. Remember him? Got half a kilometer to go here. Investigate whatever that is. N-ray range. Well, I've been like probably about 7 years probably with Mixer. Esta here never got to watch Mixer. Got me on Facebook though. Anything in there? Not, eh? Hey Esta, were you happy I went to the shops yesterday? That's what you always do. I like streaming on your PS5 because it has your chat on the TV. I don't like sharing my chat. Stems back to one of my first days on Mixer where the guy like saying racist crap. Far Cry. I don't know where you're hawing to. No, but he wasn't in the chat. He was in the video game. You mean your chat? You say to me, I don't know, that was 5 minutes ago or something. How am I supposed to put that far back? I thought you meant like the literal, like you could hear them talk in the game. Guy over there. Up. These guys, I don't need to talk to them later. I mean, realistically, I have my monitor off to the side. Most people aren't too serious about talking anyway.
Combat prop.
down here. Hammer time. Up on them.
Stun weapon ready, Commander. Have a fix on their weaknesses.
Isn't your stream on a computer though? Or you just stream without a camera and stuff, I guess.
Got company, Commander. The unfriendly kind.
Combatant scan.
Get my triple shotgun.
Torpificator at ready status.
Got right between my friends. Luddite. That sounds okay. Hey, Matt!
You ain't worth crap. Show yourself.
Investigating hostile.
Care of the biz. Ah, okay. Yeah, I'm streaming from a capture card right now on an Xbox, but the capture card connected. And I just switched the HDMI to one or the other. I got like actually 3 monitors right here. I got my stream yes on here. And the other 2 screens aren't doing too much at the moment. As I was doing Facebook or whatever it had. Their dashboard or Mixer's dashboard or whatever. Capture cards are pretty nice in some aspects. Hey kid, how are you? This thing, oh, explosives. Mine here somewhere. Oh, bomb right there. See my comment about what you should program? See, look at that, there's a wire there. Wire here. Intrigued by this Intellivision thing? Fun! I should play it on stream sometime. I had explosives 5, I could get a whole bunch of extra free bombs. It hit. I should food there. There we go. Taking care of most of the baddies here. I don't know if they teach assembly in school normally anymore, though. I did some classes on assembly. Actually, a pretty tough language. I watched this YouTube video on a guy trying to get ChatGPT to program a game for him in Commodore 64 language. ChatGPT was pretty rough. Doing nothing he wanted.
Aggressors in ring.
You guys all aggressive. Is it hammer time?
Smell the Trina time. Bastard got away.
You have a ColecoVision? Like a generation later. Television, Atari were the first console war.
Gotta check for skulkers. Quit skulking! Ah!
Triple hammer time. Turbo steering wheel and foot pedal. I picked up, speaking of turbo, quite the same. I have a little hold position. Now I know what turbo is. I actually was playing some of it on the Intellivision. I have a little handheld game of pole position. Yeah, this new Intellivision. Atari bought Intellivision, like Xbox and PlayStation kind of competitors. But Intellivision got bought by Atari, and Atari just released something called the Intellivision Sprint. It comes with like 40 games, and you can add extra games if you have some computer know-how. or you can follow YouTube instructions or whatever. And basically they took over, or they released this. I just got it because it was like the second time it was available on Amazon. The first time I missed it, and the second time it became available, I grabbed it and it's just sold out again. Only stuff you have from your childhood is a CD copy of Mountain Blade. I have the original. Like, I don't know if you saw it up in my Discord up a bit. I posted a picture to Robert of my first game of Astra Smash with the actual Intellivision cartridge box. I had written a score down. I have those. Those ones are old now. Hear what they said? The boxes aren't in great shape, but they're held up, I guess. These guys are aggressive towards me. I guess it's probably because I'm going around murdering them. I got a lot of little video games I bought. There's like mini ones. Like a Mega Man. It's playable and stuff. You just you can hear it. You're just old and you have a lot of older consoles. I have older consoles. I have newer consoles. Got a PlayStation 5. That's pretty new.
Something's afoot. Better keep my lamps open.
Hammer time? Get XP fest here. You can actually disintegrate these guys too. I wanted to be more sneaky. That's a grenade. I shouldn't have thrown that. Wrong button. Okay, now no one's gonna find him. Xbox Series X PS5. That's what I have too, and an Intellivision Sprint and an Atari VCS, which are newer than those ones.
Or both.
Based on old consoles, you know. found an Extractorium. I don't even know what this is. Got candles though.
Enemy moving into harm's way. From me.
I don't have a high enough lockpick level to open this. Been collecting old consoles? Yeah, I have lots of old consoles too. I have like 30 consoles or something like that. PlayStation 2 at my feet. There's PSP, PS Vita, PS, 3DS. Wall there, I got a 3DO. Most of them are working, I think. You know, there's that potential for, since I last tried it.
There best be a stiff bottle waiting for me if I ever manage to make it out of this barrel.
Last time I heard someone in this much distress, they downed a whole bottle of liftoff on a dare. He's done for.
Possible card. Is this guy in the crapper? Sold your old stuff?
Oh no, it's no. No, I'm really not. There was uranium on my hands when I came in here, and now it's... Why didn't I wash them first?
Uh-oh. You got stuff? This requires psychopath. The screen went last year. The PlayStation 2s, there is some issues. You know, I basically have to play them upside down for certain discs. So I think the lasers are on their way out. But, you know, that's the nice thing about when they re-release these new consoles and stuff. They actually just put out a new Commodore 64 Ultimate, it's called.
Thanks for the preposterously laden vice. How about you leave me to endure my pulpy penury in peace? Now? You're asking me that now? Sure, whatever. Take it. Just be mindful what you touch after. Might have Zeranium on it. And if you don't return it, I'll slap you silly with my Zeranium-covered hands. But until then, leave me and my burning bits alone.
Yeah, I have a PlayStation, PSP, and a Vita. At least we got the key, I think. We're from the guy in the crapper.
I'll skin your faces off one by one if you don't let me out of here!
bargain. Think I prefer my odds with a locked door between us.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
To the rescue! Sight unseen! Let's get healed! Someone call for a medic. Commander, you're bleeding!
I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Oops, wrong person. Gotta heal up. 2 years and had a stick drift? That means he played it a lot, I guess. One out here somewhere?
Yeah. Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Well, I snuck attacked a couple of them. I'm not sure what these guys are about, but... The workbench. Well, that doesn't work on that thing. You still have your PSP?
Take off, I'm gonna do the steamroll. Take off, do it!
Resub!
Steamroll!
Hey, got achievement!
Take off. Steamroller.
I was supposed to play a graphic, but didn't. Eye for an Eye probably remembers that noise from Mixer. Xbox. Achievement, yeah. I meant the subbing noise. Boy, I hope I don't need these guys for a mission later. Murder them all. There's someone out and about. I don't know where he is. Up the stairs. No, I'm slowly taking it on. I just played a couple other games kind of midway because it looked kind of interesting, like quickies. As is.
I'll spare anyone who frees me. The rest will die horribly, I promise you that.
There she is.
Release me now, you traitors!
I don't really need to disable it. But it's XP. There's a new jackbox. I could have killed all of them, I guess. There was another way.
Architect's balls! That was some fine killing! Would have preferred you'd left one or two of those traitorous miscreants for me to sharpen my blade on, but no matter. Serves me right trying to help those sorely lacking in the gray matter. But they rightly paid for their transgression. Betraying someone sent by the exalted leader
Look at her
of
hat.
the glorious dawn herself warrants a painful death. Name's Azza. You are? We are simply a group of enlightened individuals seeking to spread the truth of the rifts, despite our persecution by those who seek to keep the masses aimless and distraught. The rifts only seem destructive because we are looking at them from the point of view of imperfect mortal bodies. To be deconstructed by a rift
thanks
is to
for
be
letting me know.
reborn in perfection. The rifts are a device of the architect to hasten humankind's perfection. They reduce whatever comes into contact with them to mathematically perfect information. We are nothing but that information, but we cannot see that because we exist in a chaotic and disordered reality. The universe is decaying, and our efforts to manage it are futile. The rifts are a perfectly ordered phase of existence.
Yeah, they have a lot.
No chaos, no striving, no
I bought
suffering.
one big pack one
Peace
time
in
for $100
unity
bucks.
with the architect themselves.
Ridiculous. The rift's existence is an anomaly, nothing more. Their existence begs for correction.
I see no need to respond to such heresy. You are obviously ill-informed. I have similar business at the N-Ray range. These fools were only part of the contingent that betrayed me. I aim to see them pay the same
Oh, there was like
price.
10 packs or
Well,
something like
maybe
that.
with more disemboweling. I could use your help there, and I'm sure my particular talents could be
Oh,
of
another
service to you.
NPC.
If you'd deign to take me on, of course. Nothing that will live to regret. But it seems like you've already a full contingent with you.
If you say so. Try not to get into too much trouble without me.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go kill us some traitors.
Kind of like INS because you can heal me. Hey, got an achievement, one for all. All companions. Well, we'll try her out and then pick up who we need to later. Flank the weak ones, that's good. Stapling mines. You're 1 day late from here. It's 1 day early. It's not New Year's till tomorrow night. Gotta kill all the remaining members of the Glorious Dawn. Oh, I can get behind that, I guess. Scour? I don't know what that is even. You guys are like so opposed in culture or whatever. One's like religious and one's very mathematical. Lockpick 8. Look in our inventory, see what kind of junk we're carrying. The only one I like to keep is the rocket launcher, but I never use it. The same. It has a bigger weak spot bonus. All that fancy jump for nothing. Oh, a red dot here somewhere.
Why does it burn so bad? Well, there was uranium on my hands when I came in here, and now it's... Why didn't I wash them first? so I'll just suffer in here for a while longer. Oh, why won't it stop burning?
I've got a much better way to end his suffering. Permanently.
What? No, that's not... Someone help me!
Crap, dude.
Recharge for mayhem.
I was just trying to take a dump. Oh, he's done dumping. That's where we just were. Like the old train station. Well, I was looking to see if I had any crap. Kind of cool, but doesn't let me carry a holster.
Initiate Carrington, audio log entry, 10. My orders were to watch for the enemy. Specifically, to never break line of sight to my assigned field of view. But I can hear them advancing along the shore to the south. It's fine. Others have been assigned that field of vision. This is the most efficient method of defense. Architect, they're getting closer. Perhaps I'm taking my orders too literally. I'll just peek. No. Trust in the equation. Trust in those greater than I in the order. I will keep looking forward for enemies from that vector. I am not afraid. I am not afraid. I have faith that the architect...
He should have looked.
Would have been too terrified to even look at us. I almost feel bad killing him. Almost.
Used to be a thriving hub of experimental science. Afraid to see the state it's in now.
Sharp enough. Hostiles nearby.
Everything must become nothing before it can become everything.
Look sharp! It's a fight! Torpificator is charged! Check your scopes for a couple...
Well, I guess that was that. I thought they were going to talk to me at first. That the right thing to do?
Not getting in the front door. Always another way in, though.
You. Blood trail.
This is just sloppy. If I wasn't already here to kill all these traitorous fools, I'd be forced to use one or two as an example to the rest. Around here today are you and your traitorous friends.
Oh crap. Didn't know what order to go. Wait, what's this?
36 cubed, divided by the standard rate of fluid flow, and then you multiply by... is it 30 or... Oh! Hello!
Look at the state of this poor fool. They just left her bleeding out? Exsanguination is an art. Where's the precision, the pride in their work? This is just embarrassing.
There's a cultist behind you! Wait, surely she isn't with you. Fine. Just please keep her away from me. Architect's mercy, thank you. It is so much easier to be polite when I needn't fear all of my bones sliding out of my body. Oh, dear Archivist Clemens has been so strange lately. So distant, so agitated. And not his normal agitation, mind you. This is something different. Much worse. He's like a wire stretched beyond its breaking point. Never a harsh word to anyone, but being in his presence, well, it's as if his stress is infectious. Best not to push him. He's deeper in the facility, working on something he deemed to be of the utmost importance. Either he is still below, continuing said work, or he is quite dead. And with all those cultists gallivanting about, I don't fancy his odds.
Please, with the way my so-called brethren are comporting themselves, he's more likely to die of boredom. If I was in charge here, all of you'd be dead. We soon will be.
Yes. I'm sure you'll kill them quite well. The crazed cultist, people like your friend here, have been sowing destruction throughout the range for days. I've seen few firsthand, but that isn't because they've gone. Rather, I believe they have become visibility deficient. Oh, there's no such thing as invisibility. I can only theorize that their visual forms were sent out of phase when they haphazardly tampered with pressurized N-rays.
Their actions are inexcusable. Science allows us to unveil the wonder of the rifts. We do not disrespect it. Now, is there any science around here we can use to find and kill them?
It's a shame the facility is in shambles. We have an N-ray scanner device that may render the cultists far easier for one to locate. The scanner is an optical device designed to detect electrical signals and the N-rays given off by all living beings. Visible or not, the cultists still give off N-rays. It was stored nearby, but with the damage to the facility, you'll likely need to use the maintenance vent on the wall there behind the screen to get anywhere near it. I appreciate your aid. I'm going to wait here and try to prevent my wounds from reopening.
Yeah, I didn't just kill her, eh?
Extensive damage, Commander. There's the N-ray device that Exemplar Foxworth mentioned.
Before it can become nothing. Our only salvation lies in its relation. Worth a look.
Go for confrontation.
They're invisible. Oh, there's that.
I appreciate your help. Dying makes it so difficult to see the results of your theses. You can use it to see the wires connecting this door to the nearest override panel. Try not to electrocute yourself. I appreciate your aid. I'm going to wait here and try to prevent my wounds from reopening.
Bottom left one. I think it's the top one. Oops. the bottom right.
Doors open. Time to make a way.
You've opened the way forward. Very good work. Good work.
You cannot threaten one who welcomes obliteration.
Aggressor at hand.
A quick on.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Combatant scan.
Avenge my death!
Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Straight at them! Calm down, let's wrap this up!
Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Unhit for the rift.
Who needs to die?
Oh, we took care of all of them.
That's a Glorious Dawn communication device. Our cells use them to send and receive encrypted messages.
Gotta go in here.
Victor, I fully understand the importance of your work. This is exactly why I push you so. Your moral justifications for delaying your delivery are misguided. Dead is dead. What matter is it if their ends come in 1 minute or 3? If you seek to be humane in your duties, fine. So long as I get the explosives in time. But if we fail to act, the order will be lost forever. Collateral damage was always inevitable, Victor. You knew this. And the longer you take in your laboratory, the greater your risk of being caught becomes. If that happens, you know what must be done. But I should remind you that such a failure will result in vastly more suffering for all parties involved. We need those explosives now, Victor. Let's finish this. Victor, I fully understand the importance of your work. This is dead is, but if we fail, and the longer you, but I.
With your dissonance.
I'll handle this.
Blew him up. More around here somewhere. Street. Can this time.
Look at the sad little sprat in his corrugated metal cage.
Why don't you unlock the door and come out?
Hostilities are afoot.
Find my next victim primarily the hostiles about.
Both eyes open.
Friend of friends are a greater ally than any number of fellow scienticians.
Well, aren't you the exception? That's one way to become the center of attention.
Oh, thank you very, very much for dealing with those cult...
Seems you missed one.
Missed one.
What? Where? I thought we dispatched with all of those traitors, charlatans.
I can see it would be best for me to tactically overlook your comrade. Very well. I see you possess our N-ray scanner. Ooh, ingenious device. If I'd had it, I may have evaded being trapped here. Oh, I shouldn't have had to worry. Damn that Victor, and damn his hubris. Fitting that his experiment would cause so much strife, that he would be untouched by the ensuing pandemonium. Pardon my excitement. It's been an eventful day. I don't know the specifics, only that Victor was performing a procedure utilizing processed N-rays. When those cultists flooded the range, they damaged the N-ray canisters. In the ensuing chaos, Victor's experiment was destroyed. I know some cultists were killed, but many more still live, moving unseen through the range. Because he refused to follow procedure. He didn't take an assistant or allow anyone to see his data, and now it's all consigned to oblivion. What a waste. There's no such thing as invisibility. The cultists are out of phase. Also, I strongly recommend against exposing yourself to processed N-rays. Most of the cultists died immediately upon exposure, and according to past experiments, those that haven't are experiencing accelerated organ liquefaction. But if you're not attached to the solid state of your organs, I suppose it might be nice to be less visible for a few hours. Although it requires further investigation and experimentation, out of phase refers to a shift in the dimensional presence of these cultists. They are physically here, but only partially, hence their unseen state. It's fascinating. But the outstanding fear for my life has made it difficult to think scientifically. Oh, believe me, this is more excitement than I ever wanted. I shall.
Sucks, he blew me up. Need to get the explosive skills so I can disarm those things. Oh jeez! Talk to me. Figure out the mini puzzles, I guess. we made it. Oh, jeez.
Cultists and interlopers breaching my defenses at once? I should have anticipated this. There is but one option left to me. To save Arcadia, to ensure the future, we must both die. Because the Order cannot be hindered by war or by compromise. Any obstacles must be removed, as much as I regret the need to do so. If DeVries does not receive my explosive, she will resort to a violent assault. Many will die, pointlessly, and in agony. I can at least deliver them an instant, painless death. I thought this explosive vest would be an unnecessary precaution. All I can hope is that by blasting us both from the field of play, the Order shall find its way to truth.
Couldn't you have killed yourself before I walked all the way here?
Want has nothing to do with it. I have very specific instructions on how to proceed in the face of contingencies such as yourself. And you cannot possibly understand whether I am or am not capable of martyrdom. You do not know my depth of character. You read my terminal. I cannot. No. I deny what you're saying. Whatever my personal feelings, the Order's success is more important. You're not with the Order. You cannot understand why this would be. Could I explain? The words would be lost on you.
I beg to differ. I'd likely understand any analytical or theoretical justification you claim to have better than you do, scientician.
I heard tell of an Order operative recently being spotted in the field. A legendary figure who'd been absent for years. One who'd be eminently capable of understanding the difficult decisions that must be made for humankind's ascension. That's you, isn't it? The end point?
I'll explain more later, when no one else near might explode. You are correct, Victor. I am the endpoint, and I am well equipped to understand your reasoning, should it be sound.
Very well. I can spare words with you. Explain my perspective. It won't prevent me from doing what I must. If the Order is not prevented from reaching its true potential and solves the universal equation, all scientific uncertainty and any associated suffering will end. If what you say is true, then you have my tentative thanks. However, scientific certainty would absolutely have prevented that from happening. We would have predicted it. DeVries opened my eyes. The Order is on the path to absolute truth. And if they are not interrupted, this truth can be pursued. The one right path for humanity revealed to us. Politics cannot bind us. Uncertainty cannot strangle. And no one can be allowed to waltz in and hurl our plans into disarray. What? How do you not understand the present situation? What coward would strap an explosive device to himself? No, that's not all this. Helping DeVries, completing the work of my explosives is important. It matters. DeVries agrees. Augustine couldn't have done such a thing. She was on a secret mission at the time. I don't wish to believe you, but what you're saying has the ring of truth to it. I've been a fool going along with this farce. But it stops now. My relationship with Augustine is at an end.
This poor fool seemed intent on doing himself and us both. Impressive work convincing him otherwise. What say I have a go at him with my disemboweling knife? See what he knows. Your loss. Don't like to boast, but I am quite the artiste with a knife.
I believe that's another thanks I owe you. You certainly keep...
Stop her from disemboweling the guy.
Company. I found a way to, via the use of processed N-rays, send objects out of phase. It was inconsistent, but I was close to isolating the procedure. DeVries needed explosives for her plan. By making them unseen, the explosives could be placed as efficiently as possible. No one would be maimed or injured, just killed. Saying that out loud now, it sounds unreal. But somehow, I convinced myself that leaving no survivors was more humane. It's a shame I can't speak to a vicar. Here, it is the key to my quarters. Take whatever you find. That will ensure that I cannot use any of it to further DeVries' aims, even if I wanted to. I appreciate your consideration. Things could have been very different had your cooler head not prevailed. You've certainly convinced me I cannot remain here. May we meet again, when the paths of our lives are at greater apexes.
Got a skill level. Need lockpick 8 apparently. I can take psychopath.
I owe you not only my life, but the sheer knowledge that you turned me from a terrible path. I will make the most.
Get out of here.
My fellow Loyalists, it is time. Due to the Earth Directorate operatives' continued meddling, we must increment our timetable by a factor of hours, not days. Accordingly, our forces have taken over the monastery. Those I predetermined to be resilient to reason have been executed. The rest should not cause us trouble. I have locked the lift to prevent the agent from reaching the monastery, but the following code will grant you access. 34145. I will continue my work from here, supplying Augustine with everything she needs for our plan to succeed, and delaying the agent as I'm able to. May the results of our actions today secure a more prosperous tomorrow for our sacred order.
Uh-oh. Plasma grenades now. That's a good one or not. 5% chance you become camouflaged, but you take an additional 5% in ray damage.
Boy, damn it! We've killed every traitor in this place, but their treasonous scum of a hierarch wasn't among them. The leader of a cell. In this case, that would be Ziegler. And extinguishing him is obviously our next priority. They were operating under his orders. But since he wasn't here to lead them in person, they would have maintained regular contact using one of our communication devices. We should return to the one we saw earlier. It will hopefully yield some worthwhile information. This is it, the Dawn's communication device. Let's see what I can find on it. Not much, but there are a few encrypted messages from Ziegler reporting on a rift in Paradise Island he was sent to study. Idiot didn't even have enough respect to stay to kill me himself. Well, it's of no consequence. Now that I know where he is, let's go show him the error of his ways. I'm right behind you, but not in a threatening way.
I'm gonna go wash him real quick. Ah. I was lucky I went that way. Where's old Ziegler at? kilometer away. I have a map marker. Cultist lady isn't as good as the soldier though. Healing soldier, man. That's the back yet? Pick up all the crap.
I still don't think both of us needed to apply to become soldiers.
You guys are on our side.
Friendly outbound, hold fire.
How do you get up there? Maybe it's this way? I might have went in a circle. That's the way. Be a ladder or something around here. Yes. Missing the path, maybe. Oh, you gotta go to Paradise Island via your ship. Good thing I didn't try climbing up there. I don't know where my ship is. Fast travel there, eh?
Ah, Commander. Caught me cogitating. I was just thinking about making some tweaks to Val. Hoping it'll help. You know your automechs. All of the above, more or less. Val's old in automech years, so she requires a lot of routine maintenance to prevent her hardware systems from deteriorating further. If that's a serious question, answer's no. She's got plenty of safeguards in place that would prevent her from harming any members of the crew, you included. Most times I find working on Val relaxing, actually. Meditative. It's nice being able to identify a problem and just fix it. That's it exactly. Everything else turns into kind of a low static hum. Easier to ignore. Val saved my life after Horizon Point, and she's been saving my life every day since. Partly, I'm just glad to return the favor, even if I am just putting off the inevitable. Anyway, I've taken up enough of your time yammering, but thanks for stopping by.
Fast travel partway there. Dang it.
Mine's a hostile.
You cannot threaten one who welcomes obliteration.
Back to it, I suppose. We live to die in the rift.
I think these guys were neutral against me at one point.
Why are you still alive? There's obviously been some ghastly mistake here I'm failing to understand. Have you not heard the latest revelation? What am I saying? Of course you haven't. If you had, you'd know you were marked for death and you'd have killed yourself and saved us all the trouble. Glad we were able to clarify all of that. Well?
This idiot obviously thinks I will just kill myself on his say-so. Ziegler, what's got into your brain pan? You used to be a dedicated member of the Dawn. How could you think there was a legitimate kill order on me?
You were revealed as a betrayer through the sanctified channel. How can you disobey a revelation from on high, when you yourself exhorted us constantly to never do such?
You make a compelling point. But then again, so does my knife. Let me introduce you to it. Why the fuck not? You're such the jester, Commander. You actually had me going there for a minute. Now, where were we? Oh, that's right. It's time to stick Ziegler here like a cysty pig on a spit.
Standing by to stupefy. Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
Celebrations will have to wait until all of his traitorous cell have been dealt with.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Yeah. Mobilizing. Combatant scanned.
Hierarch Ziegler was saying. How could there be an official kill order out on me? The poor fools probably thought they were just fulfilling their duty. If only it were that simple. It should be impossible for someone to infiltrate our communication systems, especially when it comes to a high-level communique. Unless they somehow have our codes. This could only mean that one of our members has been compromised. Damn straight they should have. I have no idea. If I go anywhere near one of our encampments, I'll be forced to kill members who believe they're following orders. Of course, any member of the Dawn who turns on me without thinking is asking for death, but this could still make solving this even more difficult.
Oh my, I'm good,
I'll
thanks.
stay on as part of your crew until I get this all figured. It's given me an impressive amount of opportunities for killing, and all the killing helps me think. I'm alive. Who needs to die?
Were you talking to Stephanie? Obviously, you came to my stream to talk to Stephanie. Otherwise, wouldn't have assumed you're talking to her. There's Earl Grey tea. Oh crap, I missed. Pretty good game. Do any lots of deliveries because of the holiday season? People all their New Year's stuff or whatever? Bet you it's pretty good business around now, hey, for that kind of stuff. Hopefully they give good tips too around this time of year.
Yeah.
Take the stairs, she had to show off. Oh, it's your first day back? Yeah, just spray these bodies with acid and then no one knows what happened here. There we go. This person wants to talk. Talk, talk, talk.
Victor wasn't exactly the partner in crime I envisioned DeVries to have. Someone with a little more grit. That man back there? Reckon a tough crossword puzzle would have eventually sent him over the edge, even if we had.
You know how much they're tipping in
Show
advance?
him a little grace. DeVries obviously manipulated him into acting against his conscience. You ever wonder what might have happened if DeVries had let us in on her initial plan? Surely we wouldn't have been taken in by her rhetoric like Victor. Right? Hotshot Earth Directorate agent swoops in to liberate your colony, sets you on a new exciting path, and you're telling me you wouldn't have been a bit smitten? Good law. I was a kid with a crush, like you said. It wasn't serious. If anything, I wanted to be DeVries. After Triangulum, all I wanted was to do for other colonies what Augustine had done for mine. Still do, if I'm honest.
Do you have to do your area, or can you go anywhere? Because you moved, right? Did you lose any of your area?
I will say, it's a lot easier to do just that nowadays. With you around, that is. Thanks for letting me wax for a bit. We can get back to what we were doing now.
Waxing.
Unless there was something else you needed. Always up for a little backfence talk, though I'm guessing you don't mean Val. Can't say I know her well enough to have much in the way of an opinion. She seems capable, and shockingly, she hasn't tried to sell me anything yet. It's been a treat watching her break free from her corporate overlords. Auntie's choices never had her back, or her best interests at heart. Underneath that friendly old lady facade, Marisol's a killer. Best we not forget that. Future's always changing, though. Who knows? Maybe Marisol will surprise us. In a good way, I mean. Not in a surprise
lower it.
way. I hope. Well, he hasn't brought the hammer down upon us yet, so I suppose that's something. I still wouldn't play the odds on him choosing us over the Protectorate if it came right down to it, but I'd be happy to be proven wrong there.
I got somebody from each faction.
I think she'd have a hell of a time passing the Directorate psychological screening. Don't much care for all her talk about disembowelment, neither. Truth be told, I don't know her all that well. Reckon she's unmoored and grabbing for anything that feels like purpose, same as the rest of us. At least that's what I would say if I was feeling charitable. Most days, I'd send her out the airlock if it came to a vote.
He'd send her out the airlock?
Sure thing. I trust you've got particulars in mind?
We did good by all the folk in Golden Ridge. If we hadn't eased the pressure between the Order and the troops at Outpost Opportunity, the kettle would have blown its top eventually. Instead, the ceasefire
This
can
part's
remain
like Mass
in place,
Effect, sort
and
of,
folk
eh?
can sleep soundly. Thank you.
No, Mass Effect was like $6 for the whole series on Steam.
Oh, I see. You're here to gossip. All right, let's hear it. Who do you want to talk about? Seems friendly enough, if a mite guarded and a little thick-headed in his view of Auntie's choice. Regardless, I can assure you I'll treat him with the same respect I show you. Though I reckon he's seen his fair share of struggles over the years, no matter how he tries to hide it. Think he ought to ask for help when he needs it.
You ever played Mass Effect? Good series. I went to university with one of the lead writers. Doesn't work for BioWare anymore. You got rid of most of their...
Not only is he a couple smokes short of a pack, he's also insufferable. I try, Commander, but boy, he makes it difficult. Who knows? Could be that he could change for the better if he breaks free of that Protectorate nonsense he's intoxicated with. But I won't hold my breath. Oh, I got a lot of choice words that would have even Val covering her audio receptors, so I'll spare you most of them. I just hope we don't regret letting Azza on board.
Azza's pretty efficient at killing things, to be honest.
Bloodthirsty. I'll keep my distance when I can, but I promise you, if I perceive even a hint of threat from her, I will deal with it. Ain't often you see an elder solving an equation with one hand and stabbing someone in the eye with the other. So the real question is, does she get along with me? I sure hope so. I'm keen to learn about her, though I reckon she's more of an abacus than an open book. Set in her ways, methodical. And law help you if you jostle her.
Opinion. Try it.
Azza,
Time
you
is
might
really good.
follow a ruinous religious doctrine and be driven by irrational bloodthirsty.
I find our decision to spare Victor troubling. We've only his word he would not return to De Vries's fold. Allowing him to live is a risk, and an extreme one. I'd hope your reasoning to be sound. My fellows would say that the justice of the matter is second to the danger of the individual. Yet I am not, my fellows, and I see your point. Certainly, I consider myself an open tome. Quite well. I am able to uphold justice wherever it may flag. Bolstered, of course, by your steady support. Was there more in this vein you wish to discuss?
Talk's funny.
She taught me all that I know. Her teaching style was stern, but enlightening. If ever I erred, she would teach me to avoid making such a mistake in the future. Though she did not raise me from infancy, I was brought into her tutelage quite early. I spent a great deal of my life looking up to her. Her death weighs leaden on my shoulders. We must find her killer and bring them to justice, lest justice in Arcadia truly fall to ruin. Why, he is of the matriarch's direct lineage. Only he possesses the understanding to lead us all. Someone not matriarch ordained would bring the Protectorate to ruin. May his leadership of Arcadia last for many years. I hope someday to be party to his glorious presence. If I had one wish, it would be that he leaned less upon the Consul's guidance. The Sovereign alone knows what is best for Arcadia. Meddlers should not be abided. In every respect, save being humans, and perhaps even that is arguable in the Sentinel's case. Where
find out all the info.
uphold justice and loyalty within the Protectorate, the Sentinels operate on its fringes. They are clandestine operatives, little more than alleyway backstabbers. I find them wholly unnecessary. As you might expect,
So you gotta
they are the
work right up to
Consul's
New
pet
Year's too?
project. Straightforward. I was trained from a young age under the tutelage of Supreme Arbiter Marthana Andros, alongside my co-protege. Only those rated most highly on the Protectorate Acumen test could be placed even among the ranks of Arbiters. And to be mentored by the Supreme Arbiter herself was a great honor. Moreover, she taught her protégés to seek out evidence before judging as they saw fit, despite the fact that an arbiter needs nothing of the sort to declare something a crime. An arbiter would never abuse their power. Every action we take is on behalf of the Sovereign and upholding the Protectorate. In any other society, I could see such a scenario resulting in anarchy, but the Protectorate is matriarch ordained. Our devotion is ironclad. As the Protectorate's most elite, we protégés needed to be able to think flexibly and adapt to situations that faced us should they require adaptation. At least, I believe that's why. Would that I could still ask her. Alas. Sneer all you like, but our society has operated in this manner for more than 100 years. Normally, arbiters do not need to prosecute, for all operate as they should. Ask, and I shall answer. Who amongst our motley assortment would you care to discuss? I find Agent Ibarra most curious. His system of values differs from my own, but not so much as I would expect. I look forward to understanding him better. He faces an interesting dilemma as an isolated member of the Earth Directorate. As do you, of course. I hope you both remain steadfast to your values. She is an endearing piece of engineering. Her continued functionality, despite her advanced age, speaks to a skilled caretaker, though she retains certain quirks. Earlier, she bumped into my head, bleating, "Please do your part to keep the incognito clean. Remove any and all foreign mineral deposits." She is an enemy combatant, and were I not in your command, I would be honor-bound to bring her low. Yet, she is also oddly intriguing. She does not possess the scavenger's appetite of her colleagues. Perhaps if I came to know her better, I might, find techniques to use against her fellows. Her decision to break from the corporatists is impressive indeed. I merely hope it does not muddy the waters of her resolve. Marisol possesses a calculating resolve that has nothing to do with mathematics. Had I anything to fear from her, she would have struck already. I can work alongside her, but I shall keep my guard high nonetheless. I have absolutely no inkling whatsoever why you would choose to bring a deranged cultist aboard. Aza's kind plagued Arcadia even before the invasion. To be forced to call her colleague is almost more than I can bear. I can only hope she does not see it fit to pilot our ship into a rift to sate her own macabre ambitions. Verily, idle gossip hardly suits an arbiter anyhow.
So, you decided the crew needed another cutthroat, did you? I don't mean to criticize the faults in your logic, but you realize Aza is a completely inefficient killer, yes? Well, do admit I've always wanted an understudy. Someone to pass on my vast knowledge of calculated murder and mayhem. But Aza? I'm uncertain she's the right choice to inherit it. However, perhaps you see something I yet haven't, and I should keep looking. I'll need to ponder this further. I'm not hearing a question. Sometimes, with purpose. Don't you as well? Do you draw some moral distinction between avenging harm and nipping it in the bud beforehand? Between covert and overt means? When all is said and done, are those in your ledger any less dead than mine? That so? Hadn't thought you'd felt that way. Didn't take you for a pacifist. Just a mite less homicidal. Some were proprietary.
Kill away.
Forms of subtle persuasion, others more overt influence. Now and again, more direct means were required. Do you now? Let's hear it. Oh, I am a dedicated member of the Order. Beyond that, there's really little you or anyone need to hear about. Consider yourself lucky. You already know more about me than anyone else I've met in the last 20-odd years. Information free of context can be off-putting, confusing, dangerous even, if misjudged. I mentioned before I was part of the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection. My role there, you may recall, was head intercessor. I was tasked to influence pivotal events, to keep the solving of the equation on track. Something occurred. I needed to step off the board a while. Dorado appealed to me because it was off the board but not completely remote. There I could lie low for a time, but observe. So I'd believed. Our department was shuttered shortly after Ruth Pissar took office. To avoid undue attention, I remained in hiding.
You guys been eating much chocolate and stuff? Got some chocolate here today.
To put it mildly, after the incident in question, seeking refuge seemed prudent. Whatever's on your mind. Another crack like that, and you might just find out. Our department employed a variety of methods to obviate hindrances and threats to the Order's efforts. We were considered wardens of the grand plan, helping correct it when needed. All of us are part of the plan. We follow the path intended for us by the architect. We should, at least. Now and then, some push back against their path, but it never ends well. Corrections can take time, even delay in the solving of the equation. That's where we came in, to get things back on track in the timeliest of manners. May all our travails add to the equation. If x is the square root of -1, and you distribute the two binomials together, then the coefficient is... Oh, sorry. Help you with something? Happy to provide unbiased observational data. Ah, your young colleague. Competent, practical, crack shot. Saddened by his years of isolation, but also honed like me. He would be a formidable target of assassination. Oh, he seems like a nice young man, dear. You want me to say something nice, dear? He has good taste in adventure serials, I suppose. Otherwise, no redeeming qualities. She has an aptitude for killing, although it's quantity over quality with her. I'm glad she's on our side, but I'm still sleeping with my goggles on proximity alert mode. She possesses surprising scientific aptitude, particularly in the medical field. Good to see she's finally recognized her true value. Auntie's choice never deserved her. Her model is a design classic, and the aftermarket mods she received from Niles are most impressive. We'd be dead many times over without her. She makes me laugh more than anyone. Inquire away. I may even respond. Very well. Never minded.
I must admit to
What
being
she looks
highly
like without her
vexed by this
mask.
kill order situation. Of course not. What a ridiculous question. You think that I'm like you, but I'm no longer bound by social restraints or pedestrian things like regret. So were I even to imply I felt remorse, that I wish I'd perhaps approached this with a more logical bent and not slaughtered these loyal Dawn members, it would mean nothing. Such as? Nothing of much worth to tell there. I'd rather hear your story. I hope that story ended with you gutting them like a rancid salt tuna.
I bet my future on the glorious dawn. Best decision I ever made. They gave me a new life and wiped away the old. My world used to be devoid of color. Everything was gray. Now everything is vibrant, like the arterial spray of a freshly opened vein. And I'm still not interested in discussing it. If there's anything worse than my former fellow protectorate subjects, it's corporate toadies.
Who exactly? Niles? He's fun to torment. I mean, he's equal parts enthusiastic and naive, even with all he's gone through. I find her amusing, in a best not to torment her or she'll kill us all kind of way, which I completely respect. Of course I do. What's not to like? To envy? Her style, her lethality? Oh, she's a professional for architect's sake. I wish I'd known about her department when I was growing up. Even as a child, I know they'd have seen my potential. Tristan's a standard issue arbiter, albeit with an extra slathering of arrogance, especially when it comes to ensuring the Protectorate's inane laws are followed without question. But as long as that ridiculously large hammer of his isn't pointed in my direction, I could watch him administer justice all day. Though he'd be loath to admit it, his propensity for violence almost matches my own. Not only does she possess more heart than your standard corporatist flunky, she's a great deal smarter as well. Don't tell her I said so. She's fortunate she ran into you. Otherwise, I've no question she'd have died from her graft, still cluelessly devoted to Aunties despite her intelligence. Such as?
Ines's. Sure. They're actually a pretty good pair. Pretty efficient. Nice because heal me.
I'm going to lend a hand at the exclusion zone. Paying the insurance.
One never relishes saying we did predict a catastrophe could occur.
Grand Architect! First an attack on the monastery and now the lift code's not working? Am I misremembering it? No. Agent, oh thank good odds and high probabilities you're back. There's been an incident. A rogue faction has taken over the monastery. My Seer Wiley, is trapped up there with other hostages of the Order. To make matters worse, my access code's not working. Without it, I've no way of calling the lift. No, I've known Landon for years. You must be mistaken. If what you say is true, that is damning evidence indeed. But why would he do it? Align himself against the Order? Against a friend? That's a serious accusation. Why would I do such a thing? No, I can't discuss this right now. The monastery. The truth is, I held Wiley back. I kept him from advancing for my own selfish gains by spreading lies and false concern over his competence behind his back. But I needed him. I still need him. I'm not the savant he is, never have been. If he'd advanced beyond his current role, my deficiencies would have been made manifest to all. I'm sorry, but we really haven't the time to litigate this issue further. In case I didn't make it clear before, the monastery is currently in jeopardy. Peace talks? Yes, Ruth informed me, but how did you learn of them? No one outside a select circle are supposed to be aware they're happening. Representatives of Auntie's Choice in the Order are meeting to discuss an armistice and possible collaboration. It's an unprecedented opportunity to shorten this war. I know I mentioned it before, but compartmentalization is crucial to the success of most of the Order's operations. I wish I could offer more details than that. But I'm afraid I won't be accompanying you. I can't be sure my presence wouldn't alter the outcome of your efforts in prodigious and unforeseen ways. Once you reach the monastery, make your way to the observatory. If the conspirators are seeking the coordinates of the talks, no doubt their efforts will be concentrated there. Go forth as was determined, and may the plan guide you.
Looks like the traders are holed up in the monastery. So much for piety.
Well, that seems like a good spot to stop for now.